You know that feeling when you want and you don't want so many different things at the same time? Like you want to eat the cake, but you also want to look good for summer. Or you want to stay in the couch all day, but you also have big dreams that you want to work towards. Or you just want to hang out with your friends, but you also need to get that degree and finish your exams. Sounds familiar? Well, I have been dealing with that exact feeling today, and I thought I'd share a little bit of my thought process with you guys on how I deal with a situation like this. What are the mental tools that I use to process a situation that is causing me to feel stuck between different wants, needs, and desires, right? Because we're all humans. We tend to have a lot of different conflicting wants, needs, and desires. We are creatures of habit. We are creatures with goals and long term visions and ambition. And we are biological beings who require certain needs to be fulfilled to keep us healthy and alive and surviving, right? So, all these different wants, needs, and desires, they can sometimes really conflict with one another. They can just be all tangled up. And today I felt like I want to stay home in my couch all day, but I also want to complete my walking challenge, and I want to not work, but I also do want to work, and I want to not study, but I also do want to study, and I'm hungry and I don't know. So this feeling can be so tiring and exhausting. And one way for me to deal with this, and it's something that you might also try out whenever you find yourself in this situation, is what is the most important to me in this very moment? Take a moment to really think about this and become aware of your higher order values, right? What is important to me in this very moment? It is to build towards my dream. I ask myself every single day, am I willing to make sacrifices of empty, superficial pleasures in order for me to build my dream? And you can ask yourself this exact same question. Are you willing to make sacrifices of superficial, empty pleasures in order for you to build your dream? And whether that dream is getting a degree or starting your own business or just simply showing love and appreciation for your family and friends, it doesn't really matter as long as you are aware what your higher purpose values are and what your higher purpose goals are. And if you take a moment to really think about this, then all the petty wants and needs seem to be so insignificant all of a sudden. They seem to be so unimportant. And this really helps me whenever I'm struggling with this petty desire to be lazy on the couch all day or to gorge myself on unhealthy foods, right? It really kind of like shocks myself into, it snaps me out of it, and I understand that, why am I, so confused about my wants, needs, and desires? I know what my wants, needs, and desires are, excuse me, and sometimes they can get clouded by these lower cravings, these lower order cravings. And once you really pay attention to the things that actually matter in your life, then these lower cravings, they will become so much more insignificant and very fast, like almost instantly. And this is something that I think can be very useful in the situation. A second thing that I use is just letting myself know that it's okay. It's okay that you have conflicting wants, needs, and desires. You're a human being. I'm a human being. We all struggle with this. It's perfectly fine. And I want to let you know that you are not a lesser human being because of this. You are actually more of a human being because of this. Because animals and creatures who live on instincts, they don't necessarily have this dilemma, right? A lion is hungry and he goes hunting and he hunts an animal and he eats it and then he feels tired and he rests, right? It's not like the lion is like, I want food, but I also want to build a business. And I also want to show love and affection for my wife. Like, that's not how a lion works. It's like, I'm hungry, I do this. I want to sleep, I do this. And sometimes it can be useful for us to live like that, right? I am tired, let me sleep. I'm hungry, let me eat. This can serve its purpose. But if you feel overwhelmed by a lot of different conflicting needs, wants, and desires, like I did today, then it's useful to tell yourself it's okay. It's absolutely okay that you feel like this. Take a moment to really allow this conflict to be residing within you, right? You don't need to take action immediately. Once a need pops up, once a craving arises, you don't need to act on it immediately. You can let it be there. You can observe it even with a non-judgmental, curious attitude. And it can be like, okay, I feel this craving to be lazy all day. That's okay. It's absolutely okay that I feel like this. That doesn't mean I have to lay on my couch all day. I can still make a conscious decision to not do that. I can also make a conscious decision to do that. And then I think when you make the decision to be lazy all day, for example, then spare yourself the guilt, right? If you consciously make the decision to do it, then I think it is counterproductive to guilt trip yourself because you did it, right? So this is something that I like to really apply in my own life, that I want to bring to my awareness the fact that I have a choice. And it's okay to sometimes choose the lower order cravings, and it's okay to sometimes indulge and to let yourself go from time to time. It's absolutely okay. You can do that. And if you keep it under control, because once you let it out of control, that's when it starts to become a problem. But if you keep it under control and you occasionally indulge, that's totally okay. And feeling these conflicting needs, like I said, really paying attention and allowing them to be there, and understanding and realizing that you really don't have to act on anything that arises within your mind, right? This is why I believe meditation can be so useful, because it allows you to observe the cravings and the thoughts and the feelings that arise within you with a non-attached, non-judgmental attitude. And that allows you to create space in between the arising of a thought or a craving or a feeling and you actually taking action on it or deciding to not take action on it. Because when you watch your craving for a while, when you just observe it, try this. When you're angry, I want you to really focus on the anger, and I want you to try to maintain the anger as long as possible by observing it. So I want you to really observe your anger, look at it, and then I want you to maintain it as long as possible. I think you will have a very, very hard time doing that. Why? Because our moods and thoughts and feelings, they constantly shift. The only time when something stays stuck is when we hold on to it, when we resist it. But when we just observe it, you will find that it will just pass through as a cloud in the sky, and your anger will vanish rather quickly. It's actually mind-blowing. I tried it myself, and it is astonishing how fast your anger disappears once you decide to just observe it and not act on it or not hold on to it. And it's the same thing with these conflicting needs, wants, and desires, and feeling like you want to do so many things and also not want to do so many things is absolutely okay. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope it was relatable. I hope my thoughts and mental tools can help you deal with similar situations. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for working on yourself. I hope you learned something today. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow.